It is Wednesday, April 16th, and where do we start? Where do we start? Y'all, it is wild to me that people are still like, oh, this is conspiracy. You're fear mongering. Like, it's a, there is so much going on. I don't even know if I can fit it all in here. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, we've got the fails of the doo-doo department, and I'm going to call it that on here because they've been very vengeance-y lately. So I'm going to be careful because I already got enough targets without calling them out by name because that is not what they like. But okay, the admin and SCOTUS and Abrego Garcia and autism is a disease, and like just today was in terms of, wow, is there anyone that you've left out? Because I mean, you've got this whole budget thing going where they're gutting stuff to people. Folks are already suffering. Benefits are stopping. Prescriptions are high. You've got issues with this whole China standoff to the point where we're not getting shipments. Small businesses are suffering, and this guy is just like, yeah, more, because he is not reading the room, and it's just like, more tariffs means more strong, and okay, so, and I just want to say that this is, for a lot of people, exactly what they want, as long as it's the white people in charge. This is all a success and a win, and the worse they do, the more they fuck up. The more their supporters, the more the swallowers are going to just cheer for it, because the win comes from their feelings. It comes from going, oh, did that horrible thing just trigger you? Did the fact that we just destroyed all of our international relationships make you upset? Oh, yeah, let me drink those tears. Like, okay, yeah, but it just, you obliterated our relationships for years to come so that you could drink my tears? Like, oh my God. Oh, okay. So, I'm trying to figure out a start point with Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Okay. So we've got the court side where the judge found probable cause to hold the administration in contempt of court regarding the initial plane flights, right? That were ordered to not go, that they sent anyway. And again, at least 75% of the people that have been sent have no records, are innocent people. And we've been getting testimony from other folks who have come back or were otherwise released and cleared, and it is not good. So it is not a good look for them, all of these testimonies. But this issue right here where they are digging in their heels does not look good for them. Okay, anyway, DOJ was like, we're not going to look into this. We're not going to enforce it. So the federal court said, you know what? We are going to assign a prosecutor, and you have until the 23rd to turn in your evidence as to what you were doing, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see what happens with that, because you see how these people are treating the courts, okay? They don't care. Meanwhile, that same DOJ wearing their crosses of unison with the White House and the secretary and everyone else sitting around going, this man is a criminal who was supposed to be deported, and he was MS-13, and there's no way he's coming back, and blah, blah, blah. Basically, everybody get over this, okay? Which is a problem because they already admitted that that was a mistake and they shouldn't have sent him. Now they're tripling down on trying to besmirch his character, and he's not coming back. Chris oh my gosh, I've been saying it all day. Van Hollen went to El Salvador to meet with him in person, was denied access. So we still have no proof of life. Okay, not even a phone call. They won't even allow a phone call. But the vice president of the country did state that the man does not have a record in their country either, so they don't have any reason to keep him there other than the current administration is paying them to keep him. And more so than that, this is not from their interview, but separate than that, El Salvador is already in talks with the AG and the DOJ about another 80 acres worth of these camps for them to sell more homegrowns to. So now that we're talking about the homegrowns and we're seeing how far these people are going to defy the courts and just do what they want and literally sell people with federal protections, lie about it when they get found out. They're not taking accountability. They are besmirching this man's name. And now there are bots going, well, he did this, he did that. This was wrong. They're looking for any reason why it's okay to make someone disappear, okay, rather than admit they're wrong. And that should bother you, darling, because that is about to roll over to the spectrum community. Today, if you were unfortunately watching the brainworm guy who tells people all kinds of things, I can't even make joke of it right now, because he had the nerve to refer to people with autism as a disease, as diseased burdens, ripping apart families, destroying lives, their miserable, unhappy lives. Basically, we shouldn't exist. If you're on the spectrum, you're better off no longer here because your life must be so unfulfilled and miserable. And you were normal until you were almost 2, and then some other factor came in and made you not normal anymore. And we're going to find out what that is. This is WCN talk, Mayo steeple people talk. I grew up in this. My family members are like this. Not all of them anymore, but no, vaccines are the problem for everything. They blame everything on vaccines, and they're about to get rid of it so they can bring back diseases and plagues in the name of faith, and they'll blame Democrats and, Joe Biden for it, even though they're the ones doing it. Oh my gosh. But this thing where they are calling everyone on the spectrum diseased and basically someone who shouldn't be alive because we're a burden on society. What do you think happens to those people? You don't have to look too far because this has already happened in history. They also came after the people they considered diseased with autism before, and they got sent to the same bye-bye camps. Oh, did you see the rumors circulating where the bots are furthering this rumor that Anne Frank is a fictional character? That was a book. That wasn't real. She wasn't real. You guys do know that, right? Just so we're clear. All right. That is the kind of insensitivity these people are building up to. Okay. Like, now that we've talked about how they're attacking everyone in America, oh, and hitting their own supporters the hardest. All right, parents are getting letters asking that their special needs children, they're not allowed back to school, especially in red states where funds are being cut. Yeah, if you have a special needs kid on a special plan, they're being told not to return. You just have to figure something out now. But anyway, okay, the family values people, again, the doo-doo department, just for icing on the cake, all right, has to admit that they, were not able to save $1 trillion. I think they, at the end of the day, are claiming 150 billion, and we're not counting that against what they cost us, which was more than that. And that's weekly expenses of goodness knows what. That's all the buildings, the property, the salaries, the people. Okay, there were breaches, there were hacks. Now we have whistleblowers coming forward and stating that Ruski used the logins created by that department, okay, to access information. They also have access to the information that's transmitted by the links that are star, okay? We paid for this. We paid for them to take all of our information, to crash our systems, to have the ability to take money out of bank accounts or mark people as deceased from the comfort of their homes. Okay, they didn't save us anything. They dismantled every agency that was looking into his companies. They awarded themselves contracts. They fired a bunch of people they didn't like, and it didn't save anything. And they let Ruski in. All right? And as long as we're talking about fun space things that are done with efficiency, how are we feeling about this Blue Origin thing? Because I wasn't going to talk about it. What do I care if it's real or not? I don't understand why they would fake it. But when you look at it, something doesn't look right, right? Like all of it, so many things don't seem right about it, and I want to not care because it doesn't matter, but why would you fake something like that? What would be the benefit of faking something like that right now beyond the distraction, right? It has to be that, and or to make women look bad, because basically it just makes it look like women are so vain. They wanted a photo shoot to go and show off in space and call it astronauts, and totally diminish that. Yes, there were 2, I believe, actual scientists or astronauts that went up in there and got totally eclipsed by these pop stars and celebrities. And I don't know. I wasn't going to put a whole episode on that. I have mixed feelings. It's not really that important, but interesting, right? Interesting. A whole lot of hullabaloo around these billionaires playing in space. Let them eat cake.